forgot about the issues with natural light. I'm moving the wrong way. You all can't see me because light exists. Me. I'm streaming. Okay. I'm gonna wait for. Obviously, did I say the words "I'm streaming"? I said the words "I'm streaming," and the dog turned up. What do you want, puppy? Oh, Mummy's working. Come on. Now I have a dog. Okay. Hi. Did you need to be included? How are we all doing today? So I wanted to do some art with you guys, right? Are you not comfortable? Jake is not comfortable right now. So we know. What are you doing? Yeah. So I was going to do some art with you. I got my pens and I got my pencil and I got my tea and everything else ready, right? But I'm downstairs because I didn't want to be upstairs today. And oh my god. He's so needy. He's my needy boy. Yeah, so this was not the plan. So I was going to do some art with you today. I was going to do a new logo. I've got a lot of new pens, which I will be showing you anyway. But without going down the world's jankiest route to hold my phone so y'all can see it, which would involve balancing you on a box with a tin on top, I then wouldn't be able to see any chat going on. And I'm not sure we'd be able to interact properly. So, oh my god, don't. And obviously Jake's being needy. So we're going to go through these new pens. No pen! So yeah, we're going to go through these new pens. We're going to have a look. I'm going to drink fruit tea. Just to show my sister that I do occasionally actually fucking use it. Look! Yay! Okay, I shouldn't have sworn then. Sorry, daytime stream. It's already been a long day. I built... Oh my god, that dog. So I built my test piece for uni today out of card and sent it to tech, and she thinks it looks great, and I've got a couple of other ideas, but despite spending a lot of time going through forums and Etsy and websites and things, I cannot find anything. I had 2 slices of toast, okay? Because I had to take my meds, so I had 2 slices of toast. Are you happy? So I can't find the DXF files that I need to build this. Let me just show you quickly what I did. Just come over here, my little darlings. So this is my 124 practice house. As you can see, there is a practice table, a practice chair, and it is an open house. Now, obviously, that is not what I need for the actual exhibition. Okay, so I'm at a bit of a loose end right now as to where to go next with it, because there's 2 routes I can go down. I can continue to go down the laser cutting route and trying to find everything and do it that way, or I can do the original idea and actually build it myself. Now, there are pros and cons to both of these. The pros to building itself, meaning I can do it exactly how I want it, but it's gonna take longer. Happy birthday! Hi! Oh my god, you're 12! My niece just came on. How are you doing? Did you have a good day? Did you like your present? Not that I knew that was happening or anything. Do you know what? I've forgotten what my own logo looks like. It's a frog. Yeah, so I have so many issues right now. Okay, I need to redesign my logo. Not the frog bit, we're keeping that. I am currently trying to figure out if I'm gonna change the name or not, but I'm thinking probably not, because I have a customer base under Goth Frog Art, and whilst I am a rainbow, always a rainbow, I'm glad you liked it. My beautiful niece turned 12 today, and she got a brand new laptop for her birthday so that she can actually do schoolwork and things. Incredible, right? What does my logo look like? I'm like drawing this. I'm sat here with a pen and pencil. This frog here, this is not what my logo looks like. This is homework, by the way. This is actually homework. I actually have a thing that I can't find online that I'm meant to be doing for Wednesday, only I can't find the thing online that I'm meant to be doing. So I'm good. I'm just going to do my colour palette with my pens. Oh, the pens. Yeah, let's get on with pens. And things like that. So, I don't know if you all know. I mean, she's watching me as well. Right, so I had my student loan recently, and everybody knows that student loan day is the best day. And so obviously what I did was use a third of it to pay off like a debt from I helped buy my brother's laptop for Christmas. So that was £500 gone before I even started. Paid some rent. So that's another couple of hundred. And you know, by the time you've finished, you're like, oh, I've done lots of stuff and I have no money left. So I did buy some new dungarees, which will be being premiered on Saturday when we take my 12-year-old niece shopping for her birthday. They are so colourful. So colourful. They're great. I've actually put all my yarn away so that I could, you know, maybe do some work. So. Oh, right. I have a lesson. I have a lesson for us all today. Okay. If there are no reviews or images of an idea of what could be in a mystery box, and that mystery box is over £20, maybe don't buy it. It wasn't a con. It wasn't a scam. It wasn't what I expected. Okay, that's what we get. Also, you'll notice I've got no rings on today and no collar. I'm having some sensory issues right now. And also I've lost weight and my wedding ring keeps falling off and I really don't want to lose it. It's going to be a little bit all over the place. So we've got until about 5:30. That is an empty box. That's not the right box. Okay, so the pens are in the box. I have already swatched them because I was going to wait. I was going to wait to do this stream to swatch these pens, but I have no patience and they were brand new pens. So I have swatched them. So I got two lots. I got Illustrator and Colorista. Now, as far as I can tell, Colorista are technically designed for people who want to colour in. Okay? And Spectrum Noir are the professional pens. Now, I have swatched them and I have looked at these swatches and some of the colours do cross over, which is nice, but I'm not seeing a difference in pigmentation or the way they lay down. So, for those of you out there who might actually want to get into doing alcohol marker art, Coloristas are cheaper and they look like it might be as good as the Illustrators. Obviously they're both by Spectrum Noir. I could have gone Copics, but I wanted more pens for my money. I didn't want to go too cheap. So I got 72 pens, and that cost me, they were 60, so about £100 for the 72 pens. And there are some more I need to get to add to the collection. But yeah, about £100 for 72 pens, which is cool. Amazing. Wait till you see the colours. Anyway, right, so let me show you how these come. So the illustrators, because I bought the packs that are I'll see you in a minute. So because I brought the packs that are technically pre-curated by an artist, they come in sets of 4, and each set of 4 has a name to it. So these are normally, it's normally about £80 for the full set. I paid 65 for these, and these will go on top of the Spectrum Noir illustrators I already have. Each one contains 4 beautiful colours that are curated for a theme. So these ones are called Botanical, pinks with yellow, Essentials, because you can never have enough greys, literally, Stylish, you know, and I got a few of these. So let me just go through. There's those 3, and then we've got Verdant, which basically means green. Aquatic, so water theme. I made my window be a window so you guys could see this properly. I hope you appreciate that. Fiery, it's oranges. Natural, it's brown. Basics, which is the 4 bright ones. Vintage, which is like some dusky lilacs. And Delicate, because apparently only the colour pink can be delicate. So they were the 10 sets of 4 that I got. I'm very excited actually. I mean, I haven't done anything with them yet, but that doesn't stop the excitement from existing. The excitement still exists. How have I just lost a pack already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I haven't. I'm just blind. I'm just actually blind. The other thing it comes with, right, is a leaflet. Now, I bought 10 sets of 4, which means I now have 10 of the exact same leaflet. Now, as it's a useful leaflet, I just feel like I didn't need 10 of them. So on the front, it's got some basic information that tells you the obvious. So it says that it's got a brush nib at one end and a fine liner at the other end, which it does. It tells you about shading and mixing, and then on the back it gives you a full diagram of all of the colours and how you could mix them. Will you stop it, Natural Light? This is the problem with working with natural light. Never move, it changes. Right, okay. So the colours for those, the Essential set has a blender. Now the Essential set is the only set with a blender. So if you were going to go down this route and buy them in the sets of 4, so let's say that you want to do illustrators, you want the professional pens, you want to sell your work, you want to make sure that they're not going to fade over time or anything else like that. So you decide you're going to build up one at a time with 1 pack of 4 at a time. I would say to get the Essential set first, and then the other one that I've just moved, because obviously I don't need to tell you any information about what I'm talking about. That's not it. It's that one. Yeah, so I would go with, to start off, if you just want to get 1 or 2 sets to start off with, there's 3 I would start with. So I would start with the Essentials. The Essentials is the only set that has the blender, and then it has a black and 2 brown greys, okay? But it is the only set that has a blender, and if you are wanting to get into using blenders with your alcohol markers, you're going to need that set. The other set I would say you definitely need to start with would be the Stylish. It has 3 greys and a red, and you can never have enough greys. So with the brown greys and the other greys, you've already got some really good foundations for how you're going to start with your sketching. And then if you can push to a third set, I would say the basics for your basic colours, because it's got your 3 primaries and it's got a purple in there, because purple's actually a ridiculously hard colour to mix. Okay, these, if you are just going to buy, if you're going to do like a piecework kind of collection and just get a little bit at the time, these are the 3 sets I would suggest starting with, if you don't have a student loan and can't buy them all at once. That's what I would go with. I was lucky because I had a student loan, but obviously not everybody does. Now, swatch wise, mostly matched the colour that they're meant to be. Mostly, and I say mostly, I don't think the true black is actually that black, but that's just coming from the place of somebody who has a ridiculous collection of blacks. Like, it's insane how many blacks I have. So this is the first lot. So this is what I was saying about the basics. You've got the red, the yellow and the blue, as well as purple. Natural light, can we behave please? Thank you very much. Obviously I've swatched these in a very specific way, so I've put the vintage, the delicates, the naturals and the fiery all on one page because they all work together. Okay, so that's one lot. And then on the second page I went with the slightly more colourful ones. I've just bent it leaning on it. So this is the other page. So you've got your aquatic, your verdant, your botanical, your stylish and your essentials, and obviously that's your blender, and you can see where I just kind of slightly use the blender on that brown grey. So you can see why I would say that these ones, these two here, and your basics are probably where you would want to start. And like I say, that's the true black, and that's the ice grey. Yeah. That's a me thing. You can tell the difference looking at them in person. Okay, so that is the Illustrator, but obviously not happy with just buying those. Why would you be happy with just 40 pens when you can have 72? So I then bought the Coloristas. I brought the Coloristas for 2 reasons. Firstly, range of colours. They have more colours in them, and more sets. I still actually need to get a couple more of the sets. Price point on these is fantastic. For the curated sets, there's one called I think it's the manga set, and that has 5 pens, colouring in sheets, and like how-tos, and that was £6, which I think is really good for like alcohol markers. For like an intro to alcohol markers, I think that I would say get these over going down Ohuhu. Now I realise you don't get as many pens for your money, but Spectrum Noirs are refillable, which means they are eco-friendly. Okay, so these are the Coloristas that I got. There's 4 sets of 8. Again, they come in themed sets. I don't really, So they're your rich shades. I'll show you all these properly in a minute when we get onto the logo drawing. They're your brilliant hues. So again, you've got those kind of red, blue and yellow, and where you're going from there. And then you've got your natural tones. So obviously your browns and your greens. And this is the one that mostly I needed more than the others, right? You've got the soft tints, which are basically pastels. Now, in the anime manga set that I still need to get, there's actually a couple of flesh tones as well. And these, they have a couple of things you could use as a flesh tone. They've got some nice browns, and they've got like a linen and stuff, but it would be nice to get the actual flesh tones. But for the price point, I mean, they cost me 60 odd quid for the Illustrators. These are so much cheaper, and you can pick these up for my English viewers in places like WH Smith's, Waterstones. Waterstones? That's a bookshop. That's not what I mean. Hobbycraft. Yeah, so honestly, right, and I will show you the tips as well. I will actually, we'll go through the actual brush pens. So I'm going to get these out because these are some swatch sheet. Yes, swatch sheet. So that's the swatch sheet. Ignore these bottom 4. That's an entirely different set of pens. So that's your swatch sheet. I mean, these are so delicate you can't even see them on the camera. And look at this pink. Look at this pink. It's amazing. So that's your swatch sheet for those. That's right. So let's have a quick compare before we get on to drawing. Because you know me, I can't do things without taking you through every single microscopic thing about what I'm doing. Alright, where would be the fun? So I'm going to grab, actually I'm going to grab the swatch sheet and see which colours are the same so we can have a good compare. What do we think? No, not leaf green. I thought leaf green one. Dandelion. Should we go dandelion? Yeah, let's go dandelion. I'm just double checking all the rest. Tan russet. Burnt orange, cocoa, mimosa. Now the other thing with these is that it's given me a wider range of colours as well. So yeah, so let's go dandelion, which to you and me is yellow. Yellow. So this is dandelion in the Colorista. Let me grab dandelion from the basics on the Illustrator and we'll have a look. You can do smart. Swatching's art. That's canary. Where's dandelion? Oh, it's in botanical. Too many shades of yellow, apparently. Botanical. There we go. Botanical. Dandelion. Obviously. Dandelion. Botanical. Makes sense, doesn't it, when you think about it? Now, one of the biggest differences I've noticed, obviously, other than the shape. The shape's a big thing, right? And we'll go through all of this. Okay, so this is the Dandelion by Illustrator, and this is the Dandelion by Colorista. Okay, now with the Colorista, the name is on the barrel, which is quite nice. It's not going to focus because I'm on my phone. Why would it focus? And then on the barrel, it also shows you which end is your final end and which end is your brush end. With the Illustrator, and actually it's one of the things that really annoys me, the name of the pen is actually on the cap, and I always think that it should be on the cap and the barrel when you have this many pens, just because I tend to just throw pens around. So Dandelion CT4, the Colorista obviously doesn't give you the code because it's less professional pen. Okay, so we have some paper. We're going to move the bad frog on the lily pad drawing. Okay, and we are going to start with the Colorista. Right, so let me show you the tips. So that is the brush tip. Let me just stick it in front of my face. There we go. Can you see that? For the Colorista. And on the other end, we've got, there we go, a kind of bullet nib. Yeah, it is. It's a bullet nib. So I can't wait to check that. So yes, we've got a bullet nib. So bullet nib and brush on that one. On the professional one, you have, this is the same colour. There's your brush tip. You can see it's actually a longer tip. And then you don't get a bullet nib on these ones so much as you get a really fine liner. It looks like a bullet nib, but it's kind of like a cross between a fine liner and a bullet, I guess. Alright, so then if I hold up the two brushes together, you'll be able to see the differences. Now, this is where you start to see the differences with your colours. These are the exact same colour by the exact same company. This one has more ink in it. That's the difference, okay, than this one. Now, I know for a fact that the Illustrators are refillable. I don't know about the Coloristas, but if you can get the same colours, I would assume. But you can definitely see. Now what I'm going to do, my beautiful work, because I can hold two pens at once. I'm going to get these two pens at once, and I'm going to get this piece of paper, and we're going to just draw two lines. Like that. Okay. Now, that's the C, and that's the S. Okay. Put the lids back on because it's alcohol. Don't leave the lids off of your alcohol markers because they'll just... Alright, let's put those for a minute. Now, there is, and obviously the light's not great because I'm using natural light and the house light. There's a Coloristas on the top and Spectrum Noir on the bottom. Now you can just see there is slightly more, and I can see it here as well, and it is slight. It's slight. There is slightly more pigmentation on the professional one than there is on the Colorista one. So if you're just wanting to play around with alcohol markers and you don't want to spend a lot of money, buy the Coloristas. It's the way forward, right? If, like me and other people, you want to go more professional but don't want to pay the price of Copics because holy moo, they are expensive, go with the Spectrum Noir Illustrator. And I know so many people who have swapped from the Copics to the Illustrators. Obviously, if you're a digital artist, all this is null and void. Alright, so yeah, so that's where I'm at with the pens. I'm going to put them away before I forget, and I will forget because we know what I'm like. Okay. Shall I tell you where we're at with, like, affiliate? Since you've noticed we're not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. We are close. The only thing left is my hours. I just need to get my hours back up because obviously Yule happened and I didn't stream and I totally forgot to put the channel on holiday mode because that would have been useful, yeah? Okay, sorry, I have a thing about making sure my pens are all in the boxes the right way around. That's my right way around, nobody else's. So that's where we're at. Right, now, logo-wise, okay, my logo, for those of you who don't know, look in the corner of the channel where it says my name. You'll see it. It's the geometrical tree with the geometrical frog hidden inside of it. Because when I first designed it, I was like, that says goth. That tree says goth, right? It does. It just does. And then a hidden frog. I like people to look for things, right? But there's no colour. And it's not easy to replicate, and that's an issue because I need to replicate it. It needs to go onto business cards and things like that. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with what my dad's girlfriend designed for my glasswork, which is basically get rid of the tree, keep the frog, but then I'm going to put colour behind it. Now, decisions that need to be made. Do I keep the black outline, keep the frog inside clear, and then have the watercolour splash type thing around it? And I'll sketch up some ideas so you can see whilst we're talking. Or do I go with like something else entirely? Like I hate doing this. Honestly, I do. Also, not remembering my own logo is kind of annoying. I've got my tablet at the side of me, but it's kind of doing something else right now. That's get rid of that bit of paper. Alright, I'm just going to draw a random frog. Might not be the right frog. It's fine. It does not need to be the right frog right now. Alright. Alright, and I'm going to draw it twice so that you can see what I'm talking about. I say I'm going to draw it twice, right? I mean, you can't draw the same thing twice. It's impossible if your name is Jazz. I'm sure there are people out there who can draw the same thing twice. Those people are not me. Alright. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Alright, so let's just pretend there's some lines there and there. Yeah, lines there and there. Oh god. Okay, so I've got two very basic geometric frogs. Now, the idea. There is 2, 3, 6, many ways we could do this. We can do this like my idea, because we don't trust my brain. So my idea, we're just going to grab the Colorista. Just going to choke up my own throat, apparently. Mixed 2 of my fruit teas for this tea today. So it's got like that slightly sour cranberryness. as well as... Can you come out of the packet, please? No? There we go. Right, so my idea is to just kind of... Apparently this one's called grass. And this is why I got the Coloristas, so I can just throw stuff onto a bit of paper without worrying that I'm using my expensive pens. That's, you know, this is, which one's this one? This one's olive green. Olive green. It's a good colour. Bit of blend there on the overlap, and then the last one is gonna be... Let's go dark. Let's go dark. Because goth. Fern green, which is probably not going to be as dark as I'm hoping for. It's not so bad. Alright. I say, this is just a quick sketch, so it's not... And I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I will show you. So bear with me. Alright. So, my idea is... We get the frog, and we put the colour around it, and the frog stays white and black. Maybe more colour. Green's my favourite colour, and green is the eco point of my business. But I could do more colour. I hope you have a perfect uni. That's my response. Who are you? Thank you. Random person who I don't know who you are. Yeah, so that threw me a little bit. I got a message in my chat then. I'm sorry. Feel free to follow me. Person who can't hear me. Right, so yeah, so my idea is to kind of keep the frog, throw some colour in the background. Now, other suggestions are that the colour... Thank you. That the colour kind of sort of shows through the frog, but I don't know if that would be too busy. And that's kind of like, let me show you. That's my black. I need a black. Oh yeah, the Coloristas don't appear to have black. That was one of the things that... Who are you? Probably random strangers telling me that they hope I have a great year. Well, I mean, I don't mind, but... I hope I have a great year. I'm hoping nobody else dies. So that's what my hope is for this year. Ice grey or... There we go, true black. Okay. Yeah, thanks for that, dickhead. Right, so let me show you what I mean. Just... I can't get my black out because that would be useful. And I will look at that photo in a minute when I'm done doing this. Thank you, oh sister of mine. It's just to say, this is just a quick... This is not my actual logo. This is what I'm trying to say. Like my actual logo, if you look in the creator section. Alright, so that's kind of like... That's what I'm thinking, right? Black and white on colour. Black and white on colour. So, other people have suggested either a lily pad in the background, maybe the colour showing through the frog. The frog, by the way, is non-negotiable. That stays. No matter what we do, the frog stays. Just, you know, frogs. Yeah. So the other option, not going to use the greens again. I'm going to use this time instead. Shall we go with really bright colours? Oh yeah. You missed the whole bit where I told you exactly which pens you need to buy if you want to take up a career in illustrating with alcohol markers. And that's about it. So this is just, like I say, I'm literally just kind of throwing this together. There's also the option of using the many watercolours that I bought during lockdown when I was convinced I could retrain myself to be a watercolour artist. Well, watercolour's not bad, but it doesn't give me the same joy that installation does. Right. I have a random new follower, Kay, and they sent me all the love, but I don't know who they are, and apparently they can't hear me. And now my curiosity is piqued, and I want to know who they are. I appreciate the love, though. I'm not feeling very, you know. I am looking forward to this weekend. I think this weekend will definitely bring my mood back up. For those of you who don't know, I am going shopping this weekend for the first time since she was born, with not just my niece and my sister, but my dad as well, who is an honorary girl for the weekend. I mean, I've always said he's my mum and my dad, so, you know. And we are going shopping. And it's going to be amazing. And I am going to buy trousers from Primark, because Dion sent me pictures of trousers in Primark, and now I've just put that pen back in the wrong way. Oh, I'll put two pens back. Oh no, I'm going that way, am I? Okay, fine. Yeah, Dion showed me pictures of trousers in Primark, and now I need them, because that's how that works. They're green. This frog needs the green. Oh no, I'm doing a whole rainbow here. No, like I say, I'm sorry that I can't show you today, but I just really didn't want to sit upstairs today, which is where I normally am for like streams, and I need to get one of those like weird phone holdy tripod-y things so I can like do the top down streamy. I don't know how it all works. I don't. I'm clueless. We know this. I am a technological dragon. I am a dinosaur. I'm great with a BBC computer. And if there's something wrong, I can probably tell you what it is. So, I have just made the gayest gay frog ever. I'll show you. Let me just finish this this rainbow. Are you ready for this, Kay and others, and Ether? I know how to pronounce it, even if you can't hear me. It's beautiful. The other option is to do gay rainbow frog. Gay rainbow frog. On a lily pad. See the lily pad? Now, we have had, Kaylee has made a suggestion of doing a frog holding paintbrush. Now, I did do that a while back. And it is on. Good girl! Even if it is your birthday and your mum's making you do chores. Bad mum. So we got gay rainbow frog. We love the gay rainbow frog. We have the green frog. Do I keep the frog black and white? This is the important question. Nice. Yeah? So we keep the frog the black and white. Now, are we thinking splurge of colour or shaped colour? I haven't decided on the colours yet, so ignore the colours I've used, although I just really want an excuse to use all of my pens all at once. Because they're rainbow. That one. Because I can't remember who suggested the lily pad. But I like the green because it's like... Oh, you did. I like the green because, like, not only is it, like, a little bit random, like me, but obviously the business is green. Like, I kind of... I'm still... Right. Here's the thing. What did I put the black away? Did I actually put the black away, or did I put it down, never to be seen again? Oh God, I actually put it away. What is wrong with me? Okay. Let me just write some squeaky things down and see what you think. So, obviously, right, the thing with names is that you have to check that nobody else has them. They have to encapsulate who you are and what you do. Are you ready for this? This is me putting the black away again. I got this. I can put things away. Alright, so we've got... This is where... Oh, it's backwards. Genius. This is where I am at the minute. So, Goth Frog art. This is me. It's what I've been for the past few years. 7-ish, 8. Where am I? 7 years. Goth Frog art. Okay. Green Frog art. Rainbow Frog art. Jazz art. I don't know if I'm ready to let go of Goth Frog art yet, though. Because it is, and I know that I get like 1 million people who are like, how many frogs do you draw? Can you draw some frogs? I am the frog. Me. This is me. Me. So do I keep the goth in the frog art? Or do I don't... I hate doing branding. I hate it. I hate branding. Just donate to my channel and buy my art. There's a donate button. If you go to my channel, there is a donate button. I don't normally mention this, right? But I actually need to make money from this. Otherwise, nobody's ever going to believe me that this is going to be my future, right? There's a donate button on my channel. Feel free to support my buying of alcohol markers. And building tiny models out of card and paper and wood. I've got to buy some wood to build a model. Like, I mean, that's a personal project, but that's not the point. If I can, like, figure out how to buy... If anybody knows where I can get reclaimed 1/8 or 1/16 of an inch plywood... Faith? Faith Frogger! Yeah, yep. Hang on. I got this. Okay. How would you... Okay, I think that would be there. Let me just figure this out. No, that'd be there. And then you get a little that there. And then you'll love this. You give me ideas. I do the sketches. Okay. Made of wrong. So made of wrong. Faith Frog art. Do you like it? It's beautiful. Just to prove I can actually draw, just randomly. Just not my own logo, okay? I don't have to draw my own logo. When I designed my logo, it was brilliant. When I was designing my logo, I thought, for some reason, I got in my head as an artist, that I had to remake my own logo, right? So I thought I needed to be able to draw it over and over again. Why would I digitize it and send it to a printer? I've got my own printer upstairs, so I can do things ethically and eco-friendly, and that's still, yeah. Yes, now we have Faith. I'm throwing Faith Frog art into the mix. My Faith would not be that one. I'd have to do like an Odin frog with only one eye, like a wise old Odin frog. He'd have to be a desert frog. He'd have to have his sonorous war cry. Have you ever heard the desert frog? It just goes, "Hee!" That's its war cry. Just like, yeah, okay, desert frog. Okay then. I definitely don't have bingo on the tablet. It's free bingo, it's not real gambling. I don't gamble. Don't gamble, children, it's bad for you. It's mostly so I can get my extra points. Yeah, that's the video. I love that little frog. He's my favourite. So, right, so we're thinking keeping Goth Frog art. Now, when I did some business card design, right, before I knew anything, I was talked through how to do some business card design, and I got it very wrong, and for some reason, the images all overlaid on top of each other, and I can't separate them out. It's very odd. But I did the Goth Frog art in a coloured font instead of in a black font. So if I'm keeping like the greens or something like that as the background, do I then colorize the name of the business when it goes? Because like my business card, I want my bit right. I'll do a quick sketch of what I want for my business card. This is Uniwork and art all in one. Can I get like an amen for the Faith Frog art? Never gonna let that go. Don't know if I know how. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, alright, so I just want the front of my business card to just be the logo, nothing else, just the logo. So you've got the frog and the colour, and then on the back you would have Goth Frog art as like the big bright letters, and then the details underneath it. Because I like the idea of the front being clean and make something that makes you want to pick it up and look at it to find out what it is. And then you turn it over and then you find out what it is. Do you see? Why are mugs designed this way? This is a really pretty mug, but it's designed to be held like this. I do not drink like this because I am right-handed and I require my right hand. So I tend to drink like this. So yeah, so that's kind of the idea, is to kind of get that going. So we've discussed which pens you all should be going out and buying. I might wait until the kids are a little bit older before I start buying them. If it's spelt anything, I did say I was going to wait until they were a little bit older. Did you not just hear the words coming out of my mouth? I am not buying them alcohol pens yet. Don't panic. I'd rather buy them slime again, to be honest. At least I know you can get that out of things. They're not responsible enough for alcohol markers. No, it wouldn't. Then it'd just say FGA. And also, frog goth looks a little bit too much like a derogatory term for a gay man used in the 80s. I'm not going to say, because it's my daytime stream that Rich said he would try and come to, and he's not here. Yeah, well, if you look at frog goth, it also looks like... I went through all this when I was trying to figure out if I was going to use JFF, right, because I was thinking of using my initials. There are reasons why I don't use my initials, but mostly because if I draw out my initials right now, right, if you read my initials really quickly, it kind of looks like it says Jeff. Jeff. I'm just Jeff. How you doing? I'm Jeff. Yeah. My granddad was called Jeff. It doesn't spell like that though. But yeah, Jeff. We can't have Jeff. We're not having Jeff art. But like even when I signed my work, I signed my work with this little symbol, which is great. I love it as a symbol, but I'm not the artist formerly known as Gothfrog Art. So I think we'll keep Gothfrog Art with Gothfrog Art for now. I think the only other... I was tempted by Rainbow Frog Art, but I need to do some actual... I might do some actual drawing once I'm finished with you guys. Some real work. I only have A5 marker paper though, so I might need to get some A4. Thing with marker paper, that was what I was going to tell you. I need to quickly show you the difference between normal paper and marker paper, and I just happen to have some normal paper from getting some post this morning. Let me show you the joys and why you need marker paper. Now, you can technically... I definitely didn't win any bingo today. You can technically use watercolour paper if you don't mind having a textured surface. The texture will show. Let me grab Fern Green again, because we know it's an okay green. Now, let me grab the scrap piece of paper that we showed the yellows on when Kaylee wasn't here and we were talking about all the important stuff. Now, right, downsides of marker paper is that you can't draw it if it's on the top of something. Great for tracing, amazing for tracing, but not if that's not what you want. Okay, so let me just sit here, got my pen, right? I'm not gonna use that. I'm just gonna load up a few layers of green for a second. Again, see, I wouldn't use. Alright, so if you look at the back, you can see the colour, but it didn't, there's nothing, it hasn't come through, there's nothing on the next page. Alright. This is a standard piece of printer paper. It just had a note on it from whoever I brought the yarn box from. I'm going to do the exact same thing with the exact same pen, the exact same way. So I'm just going to... The first thing I noticed is that the ink is being sucked up into the paper instead of sitting on top of it like it does with the marker paper. Alright? The next thing I noticed... Oh my god, yeah. So that's the thing. Jesus. Alright. Obviously, that's the back of it. Then there's that. And that. It went through all of the layers. Okay, all of them. This one, it didn't even go through one. This is why we use marker paper. Okay. Glad we covered that. Glad we got that out of our system. Yeah, so honestly, these Coloristas are really good pens. For pens that are designed for basically for adult colouring. They're basically designed for adult colouring. These are really good pens. Like, I don't know, I need to do a fade test with them. For those of you who don't know, a fade test is where you put some colour on a bit of paper and you cover one half up and you put the paper in the window. And after a few weeks, you uncover one half and you can see if there's been any fading. Because obviously as a professional artist, what I don't want is to send my art to somebody and have it fade. So I'm going to do the fade test with the Coloristas and see how they do over the period, probably 4 or 6 weeks. Obviously at the minute, we don't have a huge amount of UV. As I noticed earlier when I was trying to get my UV colour changing yarn to change colour, and it wouldn't when I was outside. So I'm going to do the fade test in winter sun to see if it makes any difference. That's kind of, because that would be a big test for that. And I get some good sunlight through this window. And drafts. And cold. Oh, see, I'm in love with the rainbow now. Look at it. It's all rainbowy. It's a personal preference. I just like really bright colours. Like rainbow. Jeff Art and the rainbow colour. Jeff and their amazing rainbow coloured coat. Jeff Rainbow. Rainbow Jeff. Rainbow Jeff Art. Jeff. And the Rainbow Kids. I could totally start a band. I don't have any. I'll just hang up on my husband. Yeah, so that's because we're nearly an hour and it's 5 o'clock. Please don't start a band. Hey! You know, I used to have a band in my 20s when I was in Margate. I know he is. And tell me about his car and his stressful day, and that's fine. No, I was in a band. I was a lead singer. Very Cradle of Filth-esque. I used to scream a lot. Couldn't do it though. Do you know, I actually sent her that as well. My text this morning. I said, as an irresponsible adult, you know, I would always be there for her. My niece called me irresponsible, guys. Okay? She said I was an irresponsible adult, and I'm like, oh no. I was. I definitely was an irresponsible adult at one point. But not now. Yeah, so that's the pens. We've covered the pens. We've talked about the logo. Showed you the beautiful 3D building that I built today out of card and sellotape and love. I don't know how I'm going to get that into college in one piece. I'm probably going to put it in the box that my yarn came in. Oh, put it in the box that my yarn came in. Hey Kaylee, that box is going to be useful. Oh dear. So yeah, that's kind of, we're on an hour. I've done my hour. Yeah, I know, right? Useful box. Covered the pens. I might sit and do some drawing. Kind of, do you know when you just want to colour something in and not have any brain? I actually have a pattern I want to draw out, so I might do my pattern I want to draw out. Gothfrog Dog is now asleep on his ottoman. Not my ottoman, definitely not bought for my yarn. His ottoman. Yeah, so I'm going to do some pattern work. I also need to do some more horror work. I was thinking of doing some Sherlock Holmes stuff as well, but I don't know how that would work. It'd have to be like silhouettes with flowers, I think, because I'm not good with faces. And Arthur Conan Doyle only described him. There is no actual pictures of Sherlock Holmes. Probably silhouette work. But I love the idea now that it's kind of in the public domain. Oh, if anybody knows of any horror films that are now in public domain, specifically films and comics, so I can use the imagery. I really want to do some horror work. I'm probably going to do another Pinhead because he's my favourite. Kaylee's like the worst person to ask for help when it comes to horror films. Like the worst person. have you ever seen a horror film, Kaylee? You're like, I'm avoiding the really popular stuff. Now I realise that as a business that's probably the worst possible thing to do. Is avoid them. But like I don't want to do Stranger Things. I've not watched it. I'm not, that looked like it came out your nose, which isn't possible because you don't have nose holes. I've done Jaws. I've done Pinhead. I did a Frankenstein a little while back. Oh, I can have a look at that thing you sent me now as well. What did you send me? I got an Instant Messenger on the tablet. Hang on. So yeah, so I've done those. I don't know. The thing might be a bit much because of all the floral work. I could do the original. Oh no, I did the original Annabelle. The problem with the original Annabelle is that she's not scary. She's just a rag doll. So it's just a rag doll with flowers. It's not scary. I really want to do Scream. Scream's a bit eh. So what can I do? Iconic horror. I might need to. I tried to do. Was it Karloff as Dracula? I think I did try to do Boris Karloff as Dracula. I might try to do either a Christopher Lee or Vincent Price. But I really want to try some floral work with these pens. Oh, I think my tablet just died. But I need ideas. I'm kind of struggling for ideas right now. That my art block is still real. Just so we know, it's still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. I'm still struggling with it. I'm just determined. Ooh, the Thing. Oh, I can't. My tablet's just died. Let me write that down. Yeah, I didn't realise your mum was still there. Have you trapped her there forever so that she can be your free babysitter? I was looking for a bit of paper that I moved into a sensible place. The Thing. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. The Thing. I can see in my head there was a horror movie poster that I can't remember what it was, and I can see it in my head. Ooh, we love The Living Dead. This is it. This is what I want, right? So I want the campy, cheesy 50s to 70s horror movies where the special effects were done by a guy with a bit of latex blowing against a fan in the background. That's kind of, although they're not quite in the public domain, some of the nice, some of the more original images are definitely heading that way. But if I could just get an idea of what I want to do, and obviously I'm trying to avoid just normal faces. Like I did my Pinhead, that was difficult, and I did my Franken, that was difficult. I am not a portrait artist, so doing art based on actual people is a little bit difficult. I'm going to keep trying. Never going to stop trying. Every day is a school day. But it's difficult. And I'm like, Aquaman. What's the guy with the fishy ears and the... What's his name? I can literally see it in my head. He's got fishy lips and sharp pointy teeth. They look like that. What was his name? What was his name? Well, you wouldn't know. You're not even old enough. But according to my viewers, there are other people watching right now, so they might know. Not that anybody ever actually talks to me on here, but you know. Have you seen this monster? Who is he? Who is that? Who? It's in my brain. I can see the poster. Yes, but who is he? The guy in the Minions is based on this horror movie. I can't. It's going to drive me insane. That's actually going to drive me insane. Like, I can see a woman running away from him in my head with his little fishy hands. His fishy hands. And I cannot, for the life of me, remember the name of the film. And the one person I'd have asked at this point is dead. And the other person I'd have asked at this point is not allowed to talk to me. So I'm running out of people to ask. Who is this man? I do a wanted poster. I might do a wanted poster. Wanted fish guy. It's something to do with water, like Aquaman, but not Aquaman. Google, Kaylee. I can't. You're on my phone right now. Google horror movie fish guy. Oh my goodness, my brain. Can we just take a moment to realise I can remember what this guy looks like. I can even remember most of the poster in my head. I have no idea what I had to eat yesterday. I love memory issues. So, I put my patch safe from Silverstone and now I can't find it. That is sad. It's fine. I just can't remember the name of it. But that's kind of campy horror movie. The poster is drawn. I've just watched my viewers jump up. If you have just joined me and you know anything about horror movies, who is this horror movie villain? This bad drawing. He's a fish guy with fish hands and fishy ears and pointy teeth. Help a frog out here. My brain's gone. I cannot remember who it is. I want to do that one. I could do like lilies. Water lilies. Wait, Kaylee's just sent me a picture. I can't look at that right now. My tablet died. Look in a minute. But yes, I want to do that. We will be streaming Wednesday evening, around 6:30ish. I will be back upstairs. Frankie Fishlips. Is that who was in the Minions? Okay, so I just need to... Because I think he's in... Do you know Transylvania? Is it Transylvania? Hotel Transylvania. Might be in that as well. So that's what I mean. These are all based on real. These are all based on... These fictional characters are all based on real fictional characters. Yeah, so I will draw out the logo ideas properly, stick them on Instagram. If people could let me know which ones they prefer, that'd be great. I'll do that this evening. And colour palettes. We'll look at my colour palettes. Currently, colour palette choices are greens or rainbow. I don't. Yeah, you know. And hopefully on Wednesday I will be cutting out this thing in wood so we can see what it looks like in wood. If they've got some, the tablet just fell over. If they've got some scrap wood that I can have a go with, I'll be making it in wood and seeing what I think. But at the minute I am thinking, because I can't find the files that I need to build what I want, I'm thinking I'm going to have to do it myself. The same way I did with the one that I did for my dystopian government one. We'll see. I am going to call it there because my brother will be home shortly and we all don't want to hear how his day went, and probably talk to my husband. I do love him. He's amazing. I should probably talk to him. Love my boyfriend. Apparently I'm going to knit for him. Amazing. I hope you all have an amazing day. I really hope that you found the information on the pens useful. Obviously the VOD will be up for 60 days. I will be porting this over to YouTube as well, so you can check back on that information. And that's about it for today. I will see you all Wednesday about 6:30 for a longer stream. We'll probably be going for 2 or 3 hours. And I will see if I can get a camera setup done so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Maybe. We'll see. Have a fantastic week. Don't let the world get you down. Remember to smile occasionally, and I will see you all later. Bye.